Welcome to the darkness. Tonight, we begin with a name that should not be spoken, but has been whispered in countless rooms, in countless voices. Some real borrowed. This is the story of Zozo. They say Zozo is not a name from any known grimoire. It doesn't appear in the Ars Gothia, nor in the ancient texts of Solomon's seals. But it has appeared over and over, across continents, across centuries, always the same way. As he may. A planchette, and a conversation that begins playfully, until the letters Zozo begin repeating. The first known mention comes from 1816, a French book titled Dictionnaire Infernal by Colin de Plancy. In it, a woman claims she was possessed by 3 demons, Mimi, Crapolet, and Zozo. She spoke in tongues. She crawled backward. She laughed in voices that weren't hers. Centuries later, reports of Zozo began surfacing again, this time in the age of the internet. One of the most infamous cases was shared in 2009 on an online forum by a man named Darren Evans. He said Zozo came to him during a Ouija session. It started normal. Yes, no questions. Basic answers. Then the planchette began to move faster. Circling. Spelling. Zozo. Faster. Harder. Until it flew off the board. That night, Darren's young daughter almost drowned in the bathtub, with no water on the floor. No reason. No sound. He claims Zozo followed him after that. Doors slamming, voices whispering, dreams in which he wasn't himself. He began waking up in places he didn't remember walking to, hearing his own voice. Coming from another room, people began sharing similar stories. Every time, it starts the same. The board answers. The spirit seems kind. Then it grows aggressive. The movement becomes frantic. Then comes the name Zozo. People who've contacted it report confusion, headaches, nausea. Some say it mimics loved ones' voices. Some say it pretends to be a child. Others claim it simply laughs in your voice. At 3:33 a.m., Zozo isn't like traditional demons. He doesn't ask for sacrifice. He asks for attention. He thrives not on ritual, but on repetition, on being named. Some say saying Zozo 3 times in the dark is enough to invite him. Others say the real trap is believing he's gone when the board goes silent. Because Zozo doesn't leave, he lingers. It doesn't matter if it is hand-carved from oak or printed on cardboard and bought at Walmart. Zozo doesn't care about the board. He only needs your permission. He only needs you to ask. Take the case of Maria and Eli, siblings from Albuquerque. In 2014, they filmed themselves using a homemade board during a storm. The footage was never released publicly. But investigators who reviewed it reported this. The session started with contact from a small girl. The planchette began spelling, "I'm cold. I'm alone." Then, after 8 minutes, the pointer locked into a tight figure-8 motion. Spelled Zozo, repeated 6 times. The lights flickered. Maria began to cough. Eli laughed. A deep, strange tone that didn't sound like him. He whispered, "She's warm now." After that night, Maria was hospitalized for unexplained seizures. Eli disappeared for 4 days. He was found barefoot in the desert, whispering the same name over and over. He didn't recognize his family. Another case, more recent. In 2019, a Reddit user named Shadowloop documented what started as a prank. He and his college roommates used a board for a Halloween party. The most terrifying part is that Zozo doesn't haunt places. He haunts permission. The moment you speak to him, he's already inside your narrative. If you think this is just internet myth, search your own messages. Sometimes, people have reported finding the letters ZOZO auto-filled into search bars, text drafts, even old documents. They say he's not watching. He's waiting. In horror movies, demons are loud. They scream. They break furniture. They twist necks and throw bait. But Zozo isn't like that. Zozo is subtle. He doesn't need to possess you in the traditional sense. He just needs to be heard. And films, as entertaining as they are, often miss the real danger. They turn him into a jump scare. But those who've truly felt him know. The silence is worse. Most portray him as an over-the-top, snarling demon with glowing eyes. But that's not the form survivors remember. They talk about hearing their own voice from another room, seeing their loved ones smile wrong,